Hi guys. You guys are so welcoming. Like I'm looking at all your little comments down here and you're so kind. You're like super, super welcoming. Um, so who is excited for the Cottage Countryside release? I know I am. So since this is my first one, we all know that Kelly Cahoot she's an absolute rock star at getting through these and sharing all of the goodies. This is my first one, so be kind. Please bear with me if I'm not showing something long enough, or feel free to just let me know what you're looking for. I'm down for it. Um, so is it better to have it split screen like this, or would you prefer to just see the products? Like you let me know what you want to do. Um, while I have everything all set out here and I have all my little examples. I'm not an organized person, but I really tried. Really tried. Um, so it looks like there's a pretty good mix. So how about when we're showing the products, we'll go down here, and then obviously, like when we're chatting a little bit more, I'll bring in this screen as well. Um, I am a Kelly, get crafty jam. I am a Kelly, but I am not a Kelly Cahoot. I am a Kelly Taylor and other names throughout my life. Throughout my life. All right. So I forgot I moved my mouse over here to be more efficient, but I'm used to it being this way. Okay, so here we go. This is this is like the full span, but here you guys might be able to see this. I had to prop my camera up just a little because my phone was like cutting off. So anyway, let's start with our freebie. So this freebie are double-sided cardstocks. You get 12 sheets, one of each design, and you get this freebie if you spend over $100 as long as supplies last. So we had just some really beautiful florals and butterflies. Oh, I love this green. Oh, that's beautiful. And so I'm seeing these also for the first time because I just opened them right now. Yeah, these are beautiful. This is definitely so if you guys aren't familiar, the chinoiserie, which is kind of the vibe of our release this time around, is actually, oh, look at how pretty that is. Oh, that would be just put a sentiment on it and you're done. Um, is actually from the Chinese culture. So this type of paper totally makes sense with this release. I'm really loving these florals. Oh, look at that beautiful in blue. You guys know blue is my boyfriend. I love blue. So this one is very similar to some of the other products that you'll see that we have. Um, oh, I like that a lot. What are those things? You think those are magnolias? Oh, they're stunning. So here's, just some papers that you will get. Again, this is if you spend over $100 and as long as it is available. So but if you would like some pretty papers that you can hang on to and restock for as long as you would like, we have the Cottage Countryside premium double-sided cardstock. There's 24 sheets. You get 2 of each design, just like all of our other paper pads. And these are great because if you just cut them in half this way, these are 2 full A2 size cards. So again, like we have some more like kind of textiles with the florals. Oh, that's really pretty. So do you guys find that you use your pattern papers quite a bit? Oh, I love this. I like to use them for paper piecing when I do use them. And so like these ones that look like texture or fabric, um though those are great for your paper piecing, like if you have a little character that you're trying to maybe dress up. This is so lush. Look at that. So this would be good for kind of like a repeating pattern in the background. Like this a lot. Oh, look at the blue. You guys know I'm such a sucker for the blue. I do use Copics, Corolla. See, I remember from the last time how to pronounce it. I do use my Copics on pattern paper. I have done that before. Even if that's something you're interested in, certainly we can revisit that. Beautiful. Love these. I love this kind of open space. This is a great repeating pattern right here. Oh my gosh. See, now this is why I don't look at them beforehand, because this is a genuine reaction because I didn't look at them until just now, and I love that. Oh, this one would be a great one to kind of color in because it's a very much like a soft a line or a no line look. Um, Love that. All right, so that is the full paper pack for the Cottage Countryside. And then also, I'm going to bring them up on screen because we do have the gems and pearls. I don't have them, but we did want to show them to you. So this is the pearls here. Obviously, you can see a lot of those really lush, like green colors, as well as the blue. Love the peaches. In fact, I use that in one of the product spotlights, and I'll show that card as well. And then this is the gemstones. Again, those greens and blues are beautiful. And then we have more, they're like a pinky, but some of them look like opal, which is, those are great, just kind of neutral. So those also we have as well. And then we have the stencil. This one is, hold on, it's the floral. What are we? Why can't I remember? Well, the thing is, I have them all on a list, but I can't. It's a floral mosaic stencil. My bad. Sorry, guys. I could not for the life of me remember the name of it. All right. So here, I already have mine in a little honeybee envelope, but you can see that we have let me grab a darker piece of paper because these ones, the clear is so great for when you're trying to line them up, but is a little bit more challenging to kind of see on the screen. So here I have just a piece of sticky tape holding mine together. Did you hear that? I got stuff falling off my shelves. I told you I was not organized. So there are, I believe, 4 layers to this. And so, we'll lay each one down to create a floral um, tile, which I think is super. I like anything that I can kind of do tone on tone, um, as well as mix it up with the colors, because then I get to decide how busy my design is, and I get to decide if it's a focal point or if it's a supporting actor. So I'm just gonna, that is the floral mosaic tile. I'm gonna put this back in my little envelope so I don't lose any of my pieces. And then the 3D embossing folder here is the chinoiserie embossing folder. This one I did not do a card with. I'm trying to, let me turn it this way. That would be better, wouldn't it? So you can see here, there's like the little birds and some florals. I did not do a card, but I did do just kind of like a sample. So this is just a lighter, this is actually waterfall cardstock from Spellbinders. And then I just added some ink blending over top of it, um, just so you could see how it kind of catches and highlights those embossed areas, these beautiful birds, as well as the florals. So, and obviously you could also use the flip side of it where it would be debossed. If you're just maybe doing some blind embossing with no ink or anything like that, just to have a little extra texture in the background, that would be, I think, really pretty as well. So then we're going to move into the cling stamps. So for the cling stamps here, we have all my ginger jars are in here. So this is the cling stamp here, and then this up here is the coordinating dies with the sentiments. So each one of the pieces has a coordinating die cut with it, and that you can see here. So this whole card is actually part of the product spotlight video. So if you'd like to see how I made this uses these. Because they are that red rubber, there is no detail. I'm telling you, I've been stamping for a long time. There is no detail like the detail you can get with a red rubber stamp. And you can see that here. Like, these are just beautiful. And all I did was just stamp it in a navy ink and then add some shading with my markers. Love these. So that is this cling stamp. We will come back to this when we get to the lovely layers. Um, so I'm just gonna tuck my little guys back in here so that I can keep them all together. So then the next one is this English Cottage cling stamp, and this is drawn by one of my very best friends, Dawn Woolslagel. She is endlessly talented, and I will never not want to use her designs because they are amazing. This is such a beautiful, like, you could color it with colored pencils, you can watercolor it, you can just stamp it in the background, like maybe in a blue, and like repeat the pattern. I absolutely adored this, and so consequently, I did create a sample with this one. So this is hers. I just stamped it in our no line coloring ink, and then I did a watercolor over top of it. And I was really happy with the way it came out. I think this is, I mean, I just really think it's a beautiful image. And you guys know that I adore scene cards. Like, I love scene cards. And so Dawn's already built the whole scene. Like, I didn't even have to do anything but just paint it pretty, like, that's it. And then the sentiment that is on here is from our Great Greetings Spring, which we'll see again shortly, but that's where that is from as well. So, and at any point, if there is something that, we show that you're like, hey, I'd really like to see that used, or I'd like to see more of that, please don't hesitate to share that with me, because we do the lives every week. I also do the premiere videos. So if there's something that you'd like to see that I can use and it would be helpful to you, I would love to be able to do that. Okay, so that's the English Cottage plain stamp. And then the next one that we have, okay, listen, I'm not going to pretend like this is Zell. Well, I asked Lisa today and she told me what it was. Now I can't remember. Zelia's English Garden, I think. Um, so I'm not going to pretend like this isn't a favorite, okay? Because when I was making samples, I could not stop using this cling stamp. It has these big, beautiful florals. It has the little hummingbirds. I stamped this so many ways, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how I used them. So the first way I used it is, you guys know Blue is my boyfriend. So I just stamped it in navy, and then I just went in literally with two colored pencils, a dark and a light. And then I just added just a little bit of shading. It's not even all blended out, none of that. And see how beautiful this background is. It creates a really nice backdrop that is kind of soft, that can be used for so many different things. So these two are from the what is it? The Great Greetings Sympathy. That's what it is. Duh, it's right there in front of my face. Oh man. It's a day. It's a day, folks. And so these are just, I use the same blue that I used for the border. And then this, I used a slightly darker, just kind of navy. And I think that you could really use this for so many different kinds of things. So this gray piece back here that I used, okay, this is just a tone on tone. This is the same thing that you see here. And you could do so much with this. Just stamp it down and have it in the background of a floral, I think would be nice. Because it's detailed enough that you don't really need to do much to make it gorgeous because it's beautiful on its own. But you guys know I can never leave well enough alone. So I did color it. And this is again that great greeting spring. This is all the words that are included, the spring grow bloom. And I love this one because it's so dramatic. Like you can go from something like this that's just very soft and more subtle to like this bold. And this is the same stamp. Like looking at them, totally different vibes, definitely more upbeat spring, and this one, a little softer, a little more subtle. And it's the same background, guys. Like it's so good. It's so well done. Okay. So that is this one. And obviously you can tell by the size, like you will be able to do any of your backgrounds. Um, it'll fit. So the next one is the Always and Forever. So this one is a little bit unique. It also has the coordinating dies. This one, let's just go ahead and open this up so that you guys could see. So here we have, excuse me, ma'am. Okay. So we have a couple of different things that you can do. You can use it as a full background, or you can pop this piece out of the middle, and there is a die for that. You can see that here. So, well, I'm not putting it in the right orientation. I think that's the right orientation. So here you can see, so now this one you could stamp, and leave the middle empty, or you could stamp this one up here, which is just like a pretty diamond that has a nice finished edge. And you could stamp that and die cut it out of there, and put that in there so that you could have like your solid sentiment right here in the center. And, it has a lot of different, I love versatile stamp sets that have like a lot of different things. So it does have a happy Mother's Day, but then it also has, happy birthday, thinking of you, celebrating you with sympathy, like, or the very general hello friend. Love those. So this one is a really good one because, again, we get that detail from the red rubber. This one is called Always and Forever. And it has, like I said, just a ton of the versatile sentiments, which I really like. Hold on, I'll figure it out how to get it back in there. Yeah, I am here for any of the versatility. I totally am because I want to get the most out of my images. And I know you guys do too, right? So I think that we're just cruising right along here, right? So we are almost halfway through. I'm gonna, as I get these together, and if you guys have never been to a Honeybee Stamps or release party, Honeybee, Melissa, the owner of Honeybee, is so generous. They always pull winners um, from the comments. So not only do you get to have fun and hang out with us and see the whole new release, you also have a chance to win. So I'm randomly going to just pull a winner real quick, and I'll just pull your comment up to the top. And that is going to be Mary, what is it, Rocamp? I love this stamp. The colors are so pretty on the black background. Congratulations, Mary. Please make sure that you send us an email over to the customer care at honeybeestamps.com so that we can get you your gift card, so that you can get shopping. So then now we're going to move on. Um, oh, and I would pay to be here if it wasn't free. And you're so lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the clear stamps. And the first one is the All Things New, which has its coordinating dies. This is a butterfly stamp set that was drawn by yours truly. This is a stamp set that's illustrated by me. I love butterflies, and my daughter has just recently discovered them. So she is also a big fan of the butterflies right now. I'm going to, so I have them stamped out. Some are colored, some are not. But you can see there's a couple of different styles of butterflies in here. And then there's also a couple of different directions, because I know that I enjoy, when I'm making a card, being able to have a butterfly that faces this way or faces that way, or, a larger butterfly versus a smaller butterfly. So there's a couple of different options in here. And then as far, oh, your daughter's afraid of butterflies, Laura? No, change your mind with this set, girl. Change your mind. um, so for the sentiments, again, where I like the versatility. So we have, the happy birthday wishes, wishing you joy and beauty, which just could be a general everyday one. Spring brings a fresh start, blessed to know you. And then the today and always can go on the end of either the wishing you joy and beauty or the happy birthday wishes. The other one in here, which is where the set gets its name from, is you make all things new, which is biblical from Revelations. And that is honestly why spring is my favorite season, because that new growth, that the flowers, the buds in the trees, like everything is new and fresh. And it just makes me stop and be grateful that like every morning is a second chance. So that is where we pulled that. And that's also when I first started working for Honeybee, one of the things that made them my favorites is that they do, that we do have some sets that have scripture in them. So now these are our two sentiment sets. Um, I think I have these. Where did I put them though? In there. I do, but I can't find them. So we're gonna bring back the gray piece, so that you can read them. All right. So this is the heartfelt condolences. Obviously, this would work really nicely with the great greeting sympathy. And so this one has, sending heartfelt condolences. Someone so special can never be forgotten. Sending you prayers for comfort during this time. I love you dearly. Praying for you, to gather strength during this time. He was so loved. She was so loved and still missed. So, and then there's more scripture. I cannot read it to you because of my situation, and I will start crying. And nobody wants that. But there is scripture in here from Matthew that is a beautiful sentiment to send if somebody has passed. Um, and so it also obviously has their coordinating dies. And then the next one, thank you guys so much. Thank you. Um, is the So Special, which this is another one that I love because it has, again, like the Mother's Day kind of vibe. Why don't I turn it like this? This would be so much better. I love you guys too. Thank you so much. So like, may your day be filled with the love you give us. Hello, my sweet friend. Thank you for blessing me. You are so special to me. And then some more kind of general, wishing you the best. Hello, beautiful. You are the best. You are priceless. Um, Life is sweeter with a mom like you. Thank you for everything that you do. And um, so these are really great ones. Like they include the little pops for mom. Oh, look, still have the Somebody should tell me. I still got the email up there. My apologies. That's okay. We're all learning, right? We're still learning. Um, can you not see it? Yes, Gail, I can, and I appreciate you speaking up to say, let me grab a white piece of paper or a light piece of paper. How about lighter? I got a pink one. Is this better? Oh, hockey, I do feel for you. I do feel for you. So, so these are it's a beautiful script font and they have all their coordinating dies. Um, so I think that this is a really good one because again, it's kind of just like scattered in there that those little kinds of mom sentiments. But if you're a person who, maybe you don't need those types of sentiments, there's still plenty of other really good ones. Um, so there is that. And then we are going to move on as soon as I get this in here to our dies. So this one you should be able to see. Honeybee does have Bonnie, I agree. Honeybee has the best sentiments. All Tamara, is it Tamara or Tamara? You tell me. I want to know how to pronounce it. Because I think that it's important. I think it's important to spend the time to learn how to pronounce people's names. Um, So, oh, is it Sharon? Um, if you have not checked out, Honeybee already has Mother's and Father's Day sentiments sets that are out, and they are excellent. I have used them for multiple years and love them. So, and they have just like a very simple Happy Mother's Day, Happy Father's Day. It doesn't have to be all mushy. So, these are the antique layering frames, which let's bring back. Let's bring this back. Um, so that is this one right here, this frame on the outside. Oh, Julia, they do have, oh my gosh, have you not seen the Sassy Birthday? They're so great. Like one of them is like you need a fire extinguisher to put out all those candles or something like that. It's really funny. Um, so, anyway, this is this largest piece here. And then because I had no idea what I was going to end up using, I did cut the other ones. So then this is this piece here. This would, like you would cut it and it would be whole this way. So you would just have that. And then the third piece, this one here, is this. And I think this would be really great for sentiments, like to just stamp a sentiment on there. And then you could even maybe we have the gold metallic ink. Like you could kind of rub some of that on here and maybe do some heat embossing to really set off those edges. Uh, these are really great. So that is the antique layering frames. I love all of our layering frames. If you guys watch my videos, like the vintage layering frames and the spring and fall consistently show up in my videos. So then these are the ones that we've already kind of been looking at. These are the Great Greetings. I think this is the second or third set of them that they have come out with. And this is the spring, which let me bring that card back again. See, I'm like showing them to you and then I'm setting them off to the side. So this is the Spring Grow Bloom. And so that's the shadow and then their actual word dies. They're really great sizes. Love these. And then these two or this one, depending upon what I can find in my, because I had them all nice and neat, but now I'm just showing them to you and I'm throwing them off the side carelessly. So these ones are the Great Greeting Sympathy. And so they have the with sympathy and sending prayers. I feel like I will get a lot of use out of this. A lot, a lot. So those are those. And then we are going to get into the lovely layers, which we know is mostly the star of the show. Though I'm if you guys watch my videos, like I'm a stamp girl at heart. but I'm gonna bring up the layering guides on the screen. So this is the Lovely Layers Vintage Cottage. Here's the layering guide for this one. This is a larger cottage. This is the same size as the gingerbread house. And so it has some florals in there, some little shrubbery with which looks like roses, lots of different kind of add-ons for the window treatments and like the little grapevine. So this one will be a ton of fun if you are a person who really likes to put together all of the different kind of pieces parts to build up the houses. This is going to be great for you. Plus, who doesn't like one that's like a little bit of a bigger size, right? So then the next one is, which I did use, um, I used this one. And this is one that I'm so excited for this. This is the Lovely Layers butterflies. And as you can see, there are 5 different butterflies, all varying sizes. I love that each one of the dies, like I don't know if you can see over here, like it has the die cut of the butterfly body, but then it has its, its wings, and I think it's a thorax for some of them, like the middle segment, to give them, kind of the most depth. It's all included in one die, which I find to be so helpful. And so let me take this off the screen. This was the card that we did for today's product spotlight. And so here you can see the butterflies here. And these are just all done in the same color. It's kind of like a little peachy color. And then I just added some detail with a white gel pen. But like so easy to put together and they look fabulous. Like I love the dimension in this one because one of the sides of the wings is longer than and this one's shorter. It gives the impression of that dimension. And I love the dimension. You guys know I do. I love the dimension. So we'll come back to this for one of the other ones as well. Oh, wait, somebody said something, not the thorax. I got to go back and look now. Not when you want the thorax, a different color. That is true, but I will tell you, Robin, I typically die cut mine out of white. So then I just color them whatever color I want. But since the butterfly's body is usually darker, um, it is like I cut them all out of peach and then I just colored the bodies with a marker. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you peel his little antenna back, you can see it's also peach. And I just colored it with marker, so I didn't have to cut it again. Okay, moving on. So then the next one on our list is the bird bath, which I am so excited because you guys know I love a scene. I do, not to make one like in real life. I'm not dramatic. My husband is. Shh, don't tell him I said that. But anyway, so this one is the bird bath itself. And then it also comes with the couple of different birds here, um, which I think is really great because then in order to create this a scene, like you don't need anything else. Like you don't need another die to make your scene. But you can obviously combine them if you want to. You guys know that I love to combine the things to make a scene. So the next one on our list, of course, we're going back to, scene making. And the next one on our list is the Lovely Layers Topiary. Um, Anybody this is totally side note because these are lovely and very like they have the fruits and they're very bright and vibrant. And look at those little pots. Those pots are amazing with that detail. But for some reason, whenever I think of topiaries, I think of The Shining because they have like that whole topiary maze. I can't help it. Also, Edward Scissorhands. Anyway, you can tell what generation I was born into. But these have like the couple of different ones, so that you could do, like oranges, lemons, limes, flowers, whatever you were kind of feeling. And then they have the different pots and the different bows, which I think is really fun. Plus, you could use these shrubberies. Like, let's say you have the cottage and you have the Lovely Layers topiary. Like, you could use these trees to create more shrubs in another scene. So just to kind of get more out of what we have, right? Okay, so I'm going to take this one down. I'm not as smooth as Kelly yet, guys, but I'm going to get there. It's going to happen. So then this one, you guys you thought of Edward Scissorhands tune. Yes, Lisa, right? So the topiary's completed. Let's just lay this out real quick. So if we'll just pick a general pot here. And then we have our tree, right? And this will obviously be, however tall you want to put that in there. And then if we just pick one of the bundle things here, like we would just put that on the branches. I imagine I would cover up all the branches, wouldn't I? I think I probably would. Then that is 4 inches. That is 4 inches. But again, you could move this down, see, and make it this. So this is now it's 3.5. So you have a little bit of movement, and then to fully extend it out, this would be almost 4.5. So a lot of versatility there to kind of mix up the size, and like decide how you want to fill your cards. Because like maybe you want to do maybe you want your topiary to be the focal point, and then you would make them a little bit taller or a little bit larger. But maybe you want to put it with the cottage, and so you want it to be a little bit smaller than the other one. Okay, so now we're back here, and the next one is this wishing well. Is this not the cutest thing? I'm going to be making so many scenes. So let's pull this up here. Here's the wishing well. You can see it is a pretty good size. And it has the stone layers and the wood roof, and then the bucket. It even has all the details for the bucket here. This is so fantastic. I am so excited to use this, especially because I do have a younger daughter who is currently in love with all thing princesses. And like is it Snow White? Snow White. That like is at the wishing well and stuff. So like as she goes through her phases of different princesses, I can totally see using these. For those like types of cards for her birthday. So yeah, this is a super fun one. Sharon, I'm dreaming of the one I love. Is it Sleeping Beauty? Sharon, tell me the answer. Is it Sleeping Beauty? I thought it was Snow White, but maybe it's both of them. I don't know. What is that? Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet, and she meets up with the princesses, and they say like, if you want to figure out like what it is that you're supposed to be doing, then just sing into some water. And I was like, that's so accurate. Okay, my princess is 3 now currently. So now this is actually the last one, the last thing to show you. I can't believe we've made it through all of them. The last one is the one that we saw today in the product spotlight. And this one, I'll bring it up, is the bold background. This is the bold background chinoiserie. And I think that like these bold backgrounds are so stunning. If you've watched my videos on my own channel, like I use these all the time because they are such a quick way to make a knockout card super fast. So, oh, you're right. The stencils, we didn't do the Lovely Layers ginger jars. I'll do them next. Good catch, guys. See, I need you to keep me on my toes. So then this is the one that we used here. And basically the way these work is they have a large, I'm going to take off the banner. So they have a large die that acts as the background, and then they have the florals. I think they've all been florals. One of them was hearts. I think we did for Valentine's Day, maybe. Um, I so you have two flowers. They are the same flowers, but you die cut them twice. So this one is like two, two, and two, and then it also has the leaves. Um, So you just kind of build them out all together. I added the Lovely Layers butterflies because I thought that that was a really nice um, way to kind of connect the two. And then this sentiment is from the So Special sentiment. Oh yeah, the hearts, pumpkins, and rose. And you are on it, my girl, because I did use the pumpkins. I used these pumpkins for another one, and I made them teal and orange, and it was so pretty. I loved the color combination. So then there's that. Now, truly the last one. And it's because I had it in my pile over here. Now we got to switch out this card. This one here is the Lovely Layers ginger jars. And this one also has a detail stencil that you can get with it. So let me pull this out of here. So I left them, like you can see, each one, it has its own lid and it has its own, somebody left me a comment and told me it was a finale. What's the top of the handle called? Somebody told me in one of the comments, and now I don't know how to pronounce it because words are hard for me. Um, but so these are you can cut them out into different. So like this one, I decided to just do blue. This one, I left it white. And this one, I just continued the pattern right onto the lid. And so with that pattern, oh, you guys are all telling me what it is. Tiny owl. Banal? Tiny owl? Fenial. Crafty Jam. That's hooked on phonics. You must have watched my other video and known that it did not work for me. So I appreciate your spelling it out for me. So these are the stencils. I'm going to have to bring back the dark cardstock for you to be able to see this. So somebody else said finial. Finial? Finial. Finial. I'm going to Google it after this is over. All right. So these are the stencils. You have two, I'm just going to put them next to each other. You have two kind of repeating patterns, which I think, like, of course, you could use with other cards. You could do like panels. That would be really pretty. So this one is this one right here with the florals. And this one I actually did not use, but if you check out the product spotlight video, I showed you all of them in there. And then this one in the background is actually this floral right here. Um, I'm trying to show, I don't think it's easier to see on the light color, but maybe it is. So we'll try them both ways. But this one, I think, like, you could just use it as is for like a card background and it would be stunning. And then this one is this one here. You can do them by themselves or you can combine them. So for this one, I combined the two to create this stencil look here. And so again, I just totally love the versatility. So that is that. So while we're bringing things to an end, I am going to pick another winner. I'm just going to randomly scroll back, and Patricia McMurray. and she was telling me how to pronounce the finial, and I appreciate that. So Patricia, you are a winner. Congratulations. Please make sure that you email us at customer care at honeybeestamps.com to claim your gift card. And I am looking, and Lisa usually does a pretty good job of letting us know when we can go shop. And I think that it is live. I do think that you can go head over there. So um, let me bring myself back on. Um, so I thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate you spending your time with me. I feel like we had such different lighting when we started this because the sun was still up and now it is not. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I do appreciate you spending your time with me because I know your time is precious. Um, and I hope that you enjoyed the release party. I hope that you enjoyed the release. I can't wait to see what you guys are making. And I appreciate you. So I will catch you guys on the next live. Nope, we're going to have a premiere before that. So Monday night, we will have a premiere where we can get in and chat. And I will try to make sure that I'm using some of the new products just to help you guys get inspired for some of the things that you might pick up. So thank you again so much. I appreciate you, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.